Good evening, spirits and specters, and welcome to another spine-tingling episode of Blood from a Stone, a tale of love and dread told in RPG. My name is Philip, and I am the Dreadmaster. Surrounding me are the victims, players. Say good evening, players.
Good evening, players.
Good morning, players.
Not bad. How's everyone doing tonight?
Super great.
Wonderful.
Special.
Well, we have a lot to do, and we're all, it's ever since this time changes, we're all like, oh boy, these games feel so late. So we're going to not waste as much time as usual and instead waste the normal amount of time, but on different things. First of all, the Dread Clock. It stands at 11. After the week of blood, we had a Dread Storm and have gotten all the way back up to 11, purely just through the rolls and the lulls. But there's a new sort of every session custom that I'm going to be starting. I did not have a chance to put up my Christmas tree as of yet. I'm actually not sure what I'm going to do because I have this art I don't want to cover, so I'm not sure I'm going to do it. But my friends and neighbors and players, I present to you from Cantrip Candles the Adventure Calendar.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Precious.
This was
hot.
Given to me by Pierce for use on the stream, and it seemed like a stipulation was I will use it on stream, so therefore I will. What this has is it has this incredibly beautiful, screen printed onto canvas, these little pockets, and each one has a story card and a little treat inside that are, since it's Cantrip Candles, I think we're going to get some dice, I think we're going to get some candles, I think we'll get some other little things. So I don't know that I'm going to read every story card to you all, but I do want to give you a closer up view of the first kind of two screens here of like a dragon, kind of very, very dwarvish mountain looking thing. Really rad. This is card 1. And as you see, it has a little, sort of story about, I believe this is the story of a dwarf. I will read the details of this later. I won't read them all out on stream since I do enough reading already, but, it looks like this is it looks like the first treat in this candle, in this Cantrip Candles thing, is a candle. I think there's a tea light here. So, just gonna pull this out. Oh, this is a scent I have. This is Mountaintop. Ooh, Mountaintop. So I'm gonna burn a Mountaintop right next to me and probably accidentally burn my sleeve later on it. But
Describe it.
the scent of Mountaintop?
Yes.
Yes.
Describe it as if James were describing it.
Well, I have
Describe
a
it
big
as
one.
James describes women.
James, it has notes of frosted spruce,
It's not
copal
just women,
resin,
by the way.
and coal. So, there you go.
Shuddering.
And I understand, actually, yes, I can see, yes, opening before December is definitely cheating. The reason that I am doing it in this fashion is for this reason. There are 25 pockets. I have done the math, and I believe I will have 25 sessions of games before we break for the holidays. So I'm trying to open them all on stream to share them as part of our little starting ritual. That is the reason that I'm doing it early. I'm not a monster.
Well, you are.
In a different way. And actually, maybe for that, maybe I'll wait until the beginning of Advent, whatever Sunday that is this year, to actually put my tree up. But perhaps. Ooh, well, I like this. Don't let Philip play with fire.
Sunday, November 27th is
your
Advent, so you've got plenty of time.
Well, maybe I'll wait until then, or do it before, because who cares? The tree was up in downtown Burbank, where I went yesterday, to see Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, which really liked a lot, guys. Liked that one a lot. As a lifelong fan of Namor, or as he is now called, Namor. As not disappointed. Do you want to see a guy with wings on his feet, flying around in a green,
Don't spoil anything, Philip.
I'm describing comics from 1940.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
Philip, how dare you spoil something that has been prominently featured in the trailers?
I'm just saying. It was fun to see.
I avoid trailers.
It was fun to see Namor. comics his name
Philip
is.
does too.
In the comics, his name is Namor Mackenzie.
Sounds like a nice British man. Or Scottish or something.
I think he might have been. He to the point of like whichever one came first. He and Aquaman are so similar because he is like a half whatever, and I think his father's like a sailor, or I don't think he's a lighthouse keeper. Anyway. All right, so with a mountaintop candle appropriate for the mountain scene burning as the first fun moment of this adventure calendar. The Dread Clock at 11. We will obviously not be sort of recapping everything that happened over the Week of Blood, but in our last session, Sarah, Captain Kidd, and Victor Moncrief had made it downstairs to the catacombs below Castle Caliginoira. They discovered some works, some books that seemed to be hidden away in kind of a significant fashion. In particular, Sarah found a work called, she found a book called The Keeper. And, Victor found I'm not sure, I can say that it was a record album. I'm not quite sure what he thought it was, but it was this sort of large square with a strange painting. Victor, I did not share a couple of, I didn't talk to you about the back of that record. So the cover of it just says Blood from a Stone. But on the back there is more information, but since you've wrapped it up, that's not, you may not have even turned it over at the time. That, I think, meanwhile, James had an encounter with a woman at a door who came to him long after the castle he was in was destroyed. Which was, a little strange. She wound up singing him a song. He asked to come with her. She told him no, but did manage to get him back to his own time, apologizing for a sort of stain on his shirt that she could see. She directed him into basically getting a wine stain on his shirt. He then went and sort of drank to deal with his upset feelings at not being able to travel on with her. We also, Victor and Sarah and Captain Kidd also, they met sort of there was some kind of back and forth into the future and getting walled into rooms. Typical gothic horror stuff. They met a woman named Bernice from the olden times. This was who they saw on the very first night, who James actually chased after, though he didn't meet her in this encounter. She claimed to be sleepwalking. She claimed to have come down here once again, something she meant not to do. However, Sarah, kind of all of the time traveling took a bit of a toll on old Sarah Quill Renee, what with her incredibly low sanity score. She basically remembered Dr. Faust, remembered the pain of sort of seeing that. She also remembered the woman who she spoke with, that woman Ula, who she spoke with in her room. Upstairs was the woman she saw hanging last night. So, all of that being said, she decided she had to find her husband with a ferocious mania. She rushed away from him, her fangs were bared. She rushed away from Victor and Captain Kidd to look for him, her fangs bared, and they actually were sort of realized that something was wrong with her. Victor said, the young lady may not be what she seems, he thinks she's a vampire. Sarah kind of rushed upstairs. She kind of created a stir. James saw her, or heard her, but kind of just didn't care at this point because of the wild things that had occurred to him. Sarah then rushed upstairs, looking for Etienne, trying to find him. She opened and closed doors whenever he'd appear. She found the listener in the attic asleep. She basically heard the girl sort of muttering a strange poem or words in her sleep. Sarah covered the girl's mouth, tried to get her to stay asleep. Her charming effects didn't seem to work on this individual. However, something was different about this listener than the sort of the scullery maid who she managed to feed from in a way that where her husband jerked her head back in a way that was a lot. So the point is, she did go ahead and feed on the girl. She also noticed that the girl's eyes were full of mist, purple mist. Upon consuming blood, kind of like recoiling from the sight of that mist, the girl said words that Sarah had actually heard before. Words that her husband has tattooed on his forearm that ended with, "If you think that I'll be bad for just a little while, but I know that I'll be bad for good." The girl then, her eyes fluttered closed and she fell asleep, as Sarah had initially commanded. Ooh, weird. So, then many other things happened in many other planes, but that brings us up to speed here in Mirkshire. Which brings us to tonight's invocation. Any lit majors may recognize this one more quickly. Oh shoot, I didn't set it up perfectly. The point is, you told the girl to have the most. You told her to fall into a sleep of the sweetest dreams you've ever had. Eventually, she did. Okay. Chapter 74. She took me to her elfin grot, and there she wept and sighed full sore. And there I shut her wild, wild eyes with kisses 4. And there she lulled me asleep, and there I dreamed, ah, woe betide, the latest dream I ever dreamt on the cold hillside. Let's have Sarah, Francis, and then can I have a representative from the gentleman? If everyone please make a luck roll for me. So Sarah and Francis roll, and then we could do Victor, James, or Captain Kidd.
I rolled a 5.
Oh dear, okay.
Oh,
I'll do the luck roll.
Go for it, Captain.
Just the 10?
The D100, the full thing, yeah.
I got a 20.
20. Sarah?
I got an 84, which is a
84.
fail.
Okay, cool. Perfect. So, Francis, we will begin with you.
Right.
Somewhat quickly. Francis, as you have been making your way through the castle out of time.
Yeah.
Do you think, would you have approached anyone, or have you been sort of trying to be unobtrusive?
Well, I'm trying to hide. I don't want to be.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get taken anywhere.
Then why don't you go ahead and give me a sneak roll? I think we call it in this system.
Stealth?
Stealth. Just kidding. Not sneak, but stealth.
Right, I rolled these guys. That's a 49, which is barely a success.
Barely a success will be good enough for these purposes. Francis, you basically managed to elude like immediate detection. There is something fortunate about how you know the layout of this castle, and it is much less well lit, and kind of sections of it seem to be much less used. So though there are like armored guards patrolling, you're able to find yourself unobserved.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out how much I can tell that there's how much of a grasp do I have on things. So I heard what everyone was talking about in terms of going back in time, and
I will say that having heard that, yes, I would say having heard that, you can understand what it is that is theoretically happening to you. I'm not going to force a sanity roll at this point because that seems just too uncharitable. Right, yeah. It may be you were aware it could happen basically, and something was weird, and now it's happened to you and you're alone. You're definitely on edge, but you have a sense that you are in the wrong time. However, as you've moved through the castle, if you're simply sort of just trying to avoid detection, you've moved through the castle.
Yeah.
As you move up one of the staircases, you hear a woman's voice, and then a familiar man's voice.
What voice is it?
It is the voice of that gentleman whom you and Captain Kidd tried to pull away from your charge upstairs. Monsieur Rene, I believe he identified himself.
I'll try and follow the sound of his voice then.
Understood. So you sort of hear and what you're basically he's saying like, no, you see, madam, I know the fate of this castle to one extent or another. And she is saying, that is very interesting. I just met a man who I think must have also come from your time. This man, where is he? And she says, oh, I left before anything happened to him, but I can't imagine he's still alive, not with the keeper. Francis, if you're sort of looking, they seem to be on like just like one of the landings, kind of chatting, staring out of like an empty, unglassed window, looking out at sort of the moors and the purple fogs beyond.
I'd like to try and I'll take a peek and see if I know what the fella looks like. Can I try and see what the woman looks like as well?
Absolutely. This is a woman. She is wearing a she's probably like 40 or so. She has this like purple ombre robe. Players know this is Anna Fias, but I don't believe you have encountered her. Only Dr. Faust actually met her. But she is sort of saying, this is very interesting. Master Angel, I would appreciate any information or power you were willing to grant to me. And he will say, yes, there is a great deal that I'm sure we can do for one another, Madame Magician. He then sort of pauses and kind of like you hear him like looking as if he's trying to see if there's someone there. You said you were sort of like peeking around or hiding, so I will say that you can be unobserved in this moment, but you get the sense that he's looking.
I mean, do I get a vibe of like danger off of her?
Off of the woman? Make a psychology roll. It's a hard one to.
That's a failure.
You don't know. She seems. The main vibe you get from her is that she does not seem to be freaked out at the prospect that this is happening. You think she's from this time, but she doesn't seem to be too thrown by the prospect.
In that case, I'll step out and I'll say, excuse me. Pardon me.
She sort of turns. Francis, you notice her fingers like bending into these strange sort of shapes, strange like gestures of some kind, almost like it's a instinctive thing. But Etienne turns back and says, yes, we seem to be in the same predicament.
Yeah,
Mr. Brannigan, was it?
You were Mr. Rene?
Yes, that is correct. Please join us. I was just speaking to a local from this period who is more receptive to understanding our plight.
I'd love to, if there's anything I can do to help to get us back home, I'd love to help.
Anaphias thinks for a few moments and says, yes. There actually is something we could try. Come with me, please. And she leads you away. Etienne kind of gives you a look, like, and moves forward. Francis, You did notice she called him Master Angel at some point. But that was just weird.
Oh no, yeah, it's I mean, he just seems like a nice, handsome fella. I mean,
Indeed.
he's got angelic features, you know. It's
Indeed. In any case,
kind of lads that all the village women want to take a tussle with. You know what I mean?
as Francis and Etienne follow behind Anaphias, we will go downstairs to kind of like one of the galleries where there's a bar, where and also hundreds of years later to find Victor Captain Kidd walking in where they do see Mr. James Joffrey.
Oh, you're back. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, it's the James fellow. What's up?
Oh, yes, it's fine. It's just like it's. I'm on wine now, so it's been a bit. It always makes my nose a little tingly.
Drinking your troubles away.
I'm trouble my drinking away. Yes.
Have you seen Miss Quill Renee?
I saw her. Yes, but not recently.
Was she
my eyes
moving
opened.
fast? Or
Dazzled by that.
different?
I'm sorry?
Was she moving differently? Maybe a little bit quicker than normal?
Oh, no, I haven't seen her since last night, really. It's unfortunate.
It
A
appears
woman like that is a rare gem, sparkling
She's a
luster,
special kind of rare.
it's like a
Indeed.
sapphire plucked from the bosom of the earth.
She's a certain kind of rare, for sure.
Mm.
she.
I mean, she's. I'm struck how innocent she is. Like a lily white lace, you know, so something that just begs to be spilt on.
James, I don't know how to break this to you, but she's a vampire. Yeah,
I'm sorry, what?
vampire. We saw her, fangs running down the hall.
Are you sure it wasn't a trick of the light?
Victor, do you want to explain? You're more learned in the
Are you
occult.
sure it wasn't a trick of the light?
There was no trick of the light. She is clearly a vampire, undead, if you will, hungry for blood. There's no mistake.
Interesting.
She left in a fervor. It was quite unsettling for all of us.
I'd imagine that to be married to a vampire would be one a sort of forbidden romance, wouldn't it? You know, a brooding sort of darkness eating away at your soul. To
Maybe
have
you've
that
had a
which
little
you
too
cannot
much.
have, to know that which you do not know.
As James says this, there is a loud sort of like crash of thunder. The rain outside seems to pick up a bit in a very sort of dramatic fashion. We are at 11, just reminding everyone it's raining outside.
Right.
And yes,
Right. Well, I mean, should we look for her, or what? I met another interesting lady. There's a lot of strange things going on here.
I agree.
Indeed. I believe we must get somewhere private. I found something that I must show you.
Oh, interesting.
Perhaps.
Well, yes, a clandestine meeting. Yes, I mean that sounds
So
intriguing.
we're in the bar, like the lounge area.
That's
right?
what
in
the
one
bar,
of the
yes.
yeah. I mean, there's kind of
You want something?
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like I do need something. But first, is there like a table that I can like break a leg off of?
You can certainly do that. That would probably be fairly disruptive. We'll tell you what, make a luck roll. Let's see. I understand what you're trying to do, so let's make a luck roll to see if there's a perfect option for that in this room. If there's a real just nice little table leg steak ready to go.
I got a 10.
A 10.
Wait, no. No, yeah. I read it wrong. Yeah, 10.
10? A 10,
yes.
What is your luck score?
39.
That, I will say, there is, in fact, one of the tables has, one of the tables has legs that could easily be kind of broken off in that fashion.
Can I snap one of them off? Captain Kidd is a brash fellow.
Yes, for Captain Kidd, if you're just gonna walk over and snap off a leg, that I guess would just be make a strength roll. That's 70 for you.
57.
57. Yeah, you're able to. You have to and this does attract all of the attention in the room. As you break this leg off.
Goodness, sir, that's quite improper. Well, what did that table ever do to you? That table.
We're ready to go.
Oh, all right. Lead the way.
There's we'll say those two old ladies you were talking with last night are on the other side of the room and go, "Oh my word!" So Victor, I'm gonna make a luck roll. God, I hope I roll low. God, I hope I roll low. 18. Good enough for me. You three begin to walk out of the room. And kind of sitting in a corner of the room, kind of like having just been setting down a book, is this kind of gentleman. He's not really wearing the nicest clothes, but he just has the most matinee idol, square jaw, good looks. He's the kind of guy who maybe drifts around here and there, but he sees the leg being broken and goes, huh, and sets the book down and saunters after those men. Victor, where are you taking them?
He would like to find somewhere private because he'd like to show them what he found.
All right. So do you want to go to somewhere that is? Do you want to go to somewhere that is like a room with a door? Like, do you want to take them up to your bedroom or something, or do you just want to find a private one of the galleries?
Private
okay.
area.
We'll say just to make a luck roll. Tell you what, you'll find a private area. Failure.
It's a 14. It was a failure.
The only place that seems sort of open, kind of as you kind of do a quick look around, is that gallery in the front of the building with the terrible Baroque architecture. The one where there's a you can hear certain things from a certain spot in it.
We're back here again, are we? The last time I was here, the time shifted quite drastically.
Indeed. It appears time is shifting quickly. We are out of place every few moments. But
it's all right. I mean, early onset dementia is very difficult. I'm sure you can find some help.
James, how many drinks have you had?
Just 2 or 3 bottles.
Did we bring the bottle with us?
Oh, of course, yeah.
I want to take the bottle away from
What do you think? I'm an amateur? I'm a professional, man. I'm a professional.
As you sort
Can
of
I take the bottle away from him?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. If you can, unless he's fighting you back or anything, you can You can sort of set the bottle down to the side or hold it with, and you do have a stake, and you have a wooden leg with a somewhat jagged edge.
I'm gonna hold on to that bottle if it's all right with you. I'm quite fine. I've had a very long day.
At least give me a swig.
Oh, of course, yes.
Okay. Now, what did you want to show us, Moncrief?
Oh yes. Oh, the clandestine, yes. Oh yes. What is it?
You see here, I've found this sort of tome or picture, not quite sure what it might be, but you may recognize someone in the image.
Oh.
And it's a
Is it
it's an
dirty?
image of Renee.
Monsieur
Etienne.
Etienne, yes, the picture that you're just you're unwrapping it and showing them the cover of this. All right, so yes, what you see is a cardstock, a field of purple clouds, a hellish graveyard that is sort of slightly curved, almost as in like a fisheye lens down at the bottom. There is a Gothic lettering that reads "Blood from a Stone" across the top. There, in the center of this image, there is a statue wearing sunglasses with kind of long hair and a strange jacket carved onto it, sort of like looking like he's screaming. He's holding a woman, a sort of young woman in like a tattered dress in his arms. On one side of him, there is this bat-like creature on some kind of contraption belching fire. With wheels on it, like 2 wheels, very strange. On the other side, an angel in a loincloth. One of his forearms, I mean, all of his skin except for the loincloth bare, and gold hair, looks exactly like Etienne Rene, and tattooed on his forearm, "Bad for Good."
As you can see, there is more to the man than we have understood up until this point.
They're quite the pair.
You know, I never really liked him. I never really enjoyed his company.
He's
A supernatural couple.
interesting. I wonder if we should inform Haven about what we've discovered today. Is he trustworthy to you?
I don't know. The man gives me a strange feeling. I feel like we can handle this ourselves.
I think I mean, I'll not to contradict our friend here. I would love to spill the tea on this man. I feel like he deserves it. Although I don't really understand the picture, but it's an interesting relief. It's very strange.
Indeed. It was found in a different time. We jumped to the past and we have...
Oh.
It appears that he has withstood the test of time. He has not died, perhaps.
Some people have all the luck, you know?
Sensing a little bitterness from
Victor. I know this is your score will not be incredibly high for it, but I will let you do occult on this. But because you have some dread understanding, make an occult roll for me, please.
That is a success.
A success. Yes, you're thinking he must be old, and then you have this strange realization. This image is not from here. This thing is not from here. Which means Etienne to appear on it. Perhaps he's very old. But also, this is a real and/or situation, but not and/or. now streaming on Disney Plus, like an and/or situation where you realize perhaps Etienne is not from here either.
It occurs to me that he may not be from this world.
And Victor turns over the item.
All right. On the
To
back
investigate.
of the image, on the back of it, there are sort of more. It's still the same purple clouds. You see the silhouette of that statue again, sort of standing in a slightly different pose. On the back, it says, "Blood from a Stone, all songs written by the Stone Man." And there are several tracks listed. There are 4 under something called Side 1, and there are another 4 under something called Side 2, which brings the total to 8. The first song, at a length of 7 minutes 35 seconds, is called Blood from a Stone.
The titular track.
The second song is called I'm Just Dying to Get In. Is it that the Stone Man's singing, "You're like a graveyard, I want to end up, I want to spend my life in you, and I'm just dying to get it"? Anyway, the third track is titled Bats in the Belfry, Angels Everywhere. That one, oh, and I'm Just Dying to Get It is 5 minutes, 4 seconds. And also you can mark these down. I can also send you these if you however you want to do it. Bats in the Belfry, Angels Everywhere is 2 minutes 48 seconds. The final track on that side is called A Fool's Paradise. That is 7 minutes 13 seconds. On side 2, the first track, track 5, but the first track of side 2 is called Tear You Apart at the Dreams. 4 minutes 43 seconds. Track 6 is called I'm Digging Your Body, You're Digging My Grave. Track 7 is called There's a Storm in Heaven and a Party in Hell. That's the longest track at 9 minutes 23 seconds.
That just seems extensive.
It has multiple sections, you'd imagine. You know, it's gonna have some.
It's not like a symphony.
Yeah. And then the final track is 5 minutes 40 seconds. It is called Kissed by the Mist.
Oh, I like that one. That has a poeticism to it.
I mean, they all have a certain poeticism, just not a Jamesy poeticism.
Wow.
But as you sort of see,
Kissed in the Mist is
as you
I like
see as you sort of see the track titles, are you sort of reading them aloud to everyone, James, or Victor? Are you just sharing it, or are you?
Yeah, just reading it out loud.
Okay,
to
so as you
everybody.
sort of read
Everybody
those
getting a look.
aloud, sort of a shadow passes into the doorway. Captain Kidd, perhaps you have your in hand and a wine bottle in the other. But there's a man there. He's wearing kind of nondescript sort of traveler's clothing. Little threadbare in places, a couple patches here and there. He has a very square jaw. He's very kind of like sort of handsome, but you can also tell he's not a high society type. The fact that he's here, he doesn't seem to fit in. He looks much more like a laborer or a craftsman or a tradesman or something, not a member of the order. But he kind of glances at you and says, "Hi, friends. Seem to be a interesting group of gentlemen here." He looks at you, Captain Kidd, and says, "Are you you afraid of vampires, by any chance, friend?"
It's an odd thing to ask.
Well, it's an odd thing to rip a table leg off a table in the middle of a room in a nice castle and just wander off with it. So,
I guess you could say I'm a little wary of vampires.
vampires.
Who are you?
Just a kind of guy passing through, just a drifter from here to there, you know. You guys haven't happened to see any vampires around here, have you?
No, I haven't seen any of them. You're quite glib.
Yeah, that's... Well, people often, he kind of like, you know, brushes his hair back. People often say that about me.
I don't like this one either.
Oh, sorry, friend. I don't mean to be bothering
No,
you.
don't be
It's just,
sorry. It's quite all right. I'm just drunk. So
this is a motley crew I see here. We got a gentleman enjoying. He's deep in his cups, enjoying himself. We got a gentleman who's afraid of vampires. Which, hey, I'm not going to blame you. And then we have you, sir.
Victor Moncrief Mortuary.
Victor
And you are?
Moncrief. You seem to be a collector of the arts. Do you know what that is you're holding, friend?
It appears some type of two-sided tome.
I'll tell you what.
Sure.
Be very careful. But if you'll notice that this there's kind of it's a sleeve. There's something inside. You feel that it's a little firm on the inside, right?
Indeed.
If you look at the side of the case there, you can peel that open. You will see within is a black disc with grooves, small grooves around the sides. Have you heard of a phonograph? You ever heard of one of those? They're you know what? Make a luck roll. Let's see if it's a technology you've even heard a word of.
That he's not heard of it.
Unfamiliar with it. Fair enough. No, it's don't worry, friend. It's a very new technology. It's an important thing to have found. Did you find that here in the castle?
Here in the castle, yes. In another time, perhaps.
Is that bullshit going on? You see him instantly tensing.
What do you know about this?
This castle, on occasion, has a habit of having too long a memory. I think I'm going to take my leave in that case. He looks at you, Victor, and says, "Listen, friend. You are holding a Tome of Dread. That is, that one's a big deal. I'm not going to lie to you. I would say for your safety, hand it over, but since you don't have the technology to play that record album, I don't think it can drive you crazy the way it has to anyone else who's ever listened to it. So I strongly urge you, even so, I don't know, there might be liner notes in there. If you start reading the liner notes, I heard you saying some titles, and I gotta say, I'm pretty curious. That might be dangerous to have. If you hand that over to me, though, I can give you something for your trouble, but I am getting out of here. I urge you all to do the same. Although, he looks at Captain Kidd and says, if there is a vampire here, especially if it's a young woman, name of Quill, if you kill her, and you come find me in the town of...
I want to...
do you know her husband?
Her what?
Her husband.
Who's her husband, friend?
I hold up
is an obnoxious, very attractive man. The French. Do I know what French is? I don't know.
Is he here? Is he here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't. His name is. Well, he's on that. He's on that thing.
All right. Okay, friends. You're in a bad situation. I urge you to kill that young woman. If anyone here has any of the host, communion host, you need to chop off her head, fill her mouth with it, fill her eyes with it, cover her in holy water.
Can I point my stake at this guy and be like, listen, you seem to know a lot. You're asking us a lot of questions, but you never answered ours. Who are you?
Just a drifter, friend. Now listen. If you do that, and you then make your way back to Mirk, I'll find you, and I will reward you handsomely. I am leaving. If you'd rather leave now, I'm giving you a warning. I'm trying to be a nice guy here. But Mr. Moncrief, what you're holding is a very dangerous artifact. No, I'm not going to take it from you by force. I'm not going to say that's not how I do things, because honestly, I often do. But in this moment, I'm not even sure I want it. But it's here. I figure I'll shoot my shot.
What would you offer in return?
He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a device. It has this. It's about this big, kind of like dark, kind of grays and dark wood. You see like a dial on it. You can move this dial along, and there seems to be like a spinning dial within. It's covered in strange runes. And he says, "This is something else that ain't from around here. This is what we call an arcane radio. It's a wireless radio. You probably don't know what a radio is. The point is, you can turn this on, and you can listen. You can contact other people from other places. Very dangerous. Not as dangerous as what you got there. I'll trade it to you.
Even the dead.
Oh, I think there's a few dead you could contact with this guy. Absolutely. Though it can be taxing to your mind. Again, I'm not lying to anybody here. I'm not trying to pull a fast one. Not this time. Not when the stakes are so high. Make the trade right now. Otherwise, I will leave you with a primary text that I am walking out that door. He looks at Captain Kidd again. You understand my terms? Wealth beyond your wildest dreams. You can take out that vampire.
How dangerous is the vampire?
I mean, probably pretty. Mr. Moncrief.
From where in this castle can I get holy water?
You seem like a resourceful guy. You got a stake, didn't you? Mr. Moncrief.
I accept the offer.
You accept the offer. Mr. Moncrief, you are making a very wise decision. He sort of hands it to you and says, you probably can't make contact with people more than once or twice a day. You'll let him take the album?
Oh, we're giving him the album, are we?
Yes, James. We're gonna hunt a vampire.
I feel like we should hunt her husband, don't you think?
We'll get him too, it's fine.
Thanks, friend. He wraps it up kind of as you had it and sort of says, all right, gentlemen, good luck to you. This place is about to get rough. And he kind of walks to the front door. You hear it open. You hear a few guests like, oh my word, as the, rain and wind rushes in. There's another stroke of lightning. I was going to say that if he rolls a fumble, he's going to get stuck in time. I rolled a 6 instead of a 100, so this came up, but not a 100. So he then walks out into the storm.
It seems we have a radio and a new mission.
I can't help but feel we've just lost our leverage, but that's fine. It's very. What did he say? Did he say anything more? I passed out for that for a second. Did he say anything? Did he say anything about the husband and what a real drip he is?
He appears not to be from this world, but him being on that tome, it appears not to be good, and it's an artifact we must not hold on to.
All right. You should be careful who you give gifts to, because the things you get back in return are not always equal gifts, if you understand me. As if Scale was and then he falls and he's just.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm gonna shake James, try to get him up.
Yes. Like in simile.
He's just saying literature terms now. I don't know what he's talking about anymore.
Yeah. Palimpsest.
Well,
Let's go. I don't. If you want to find this woman, well, perhaps we could reason with her.
I think it would be wise to at least find them. The vampire and the husband.
We don't know if they're particularly dangerous, just different. It's better we explore the possibility first.
I think it can't hurt to be prepared. We might need some holy water, just in case.
Holy water.
Any idea where we can find that, Moncrief?
I know. You just go to the holy water store and give them your money, and then you get some holy water. Who wants a holy water? What are we talking about here?
I'm gonna snatch the bottle.
Like when my mother was. This is ridiculous.
Would Victor know where to get holy water?
actually, Victor, make a luck roll. It's possible you even have some for blessing dead bodies in your mortuary.
Did I stow my rifle somewhere?
I will say that you actually have a little bit of holy water in your room.
I'm not sure where it can be found.
Is Victor not going to tell us? Oh my god. Tricky Victor.
Victor does want to go to his room, though.
Understood.
I would love to go to my room as well.
Why don't you just stick with us?
Yeah.
So, you guys everyone's going to kind of go to their rooms for a moment. Understood.
Yes.
Gather materials or whatever. Is
Yeah.
Perfect. So, as you all head to your rooms. Meanwhile, Sarah.
Yes.
Some time has passed. Some of this probably happened while you were looking around, but sort of that girl now lies dreaming. Blood dried on her neck. A little bit of blood on your cheeks or on your.
Is there a mirror in the room?
Make a luck roll.
Oh.
Actually, probably not, because she probably gets free. Go ahead and make a luck roll. Let's see.
Okay. Nope, that's a 59. Wait, no, I passed that. My luck is 64.
You're like, oh, in this game I have luck. So with that, Sarah, there happens to be a little looking glass. Yes.
Okay, then I will look in the mirror and see the blood and clean it off.
It's funny, Sarah. You look in the mirror.
Oh no.
And though you sort of see yourself, it's like as you move, it's almost like it's like a little slow. And then suddenly in the mirror, you see yourself in full vampire, like fangs bare, jaw extended, like eyes black, just demonic in image. And as you kind of look, it's like you see yourself it's like you're almost like a little softer, half transparent, and then you just see and
oh no.
As you kind of have a little jump scare there. Make a power roll.
Oh, thank you. Slightly better. 29 passed.
You managed to keep from screaming.
Yes.
Now as you look back, you can barely see yourself. You're there but faint.
Okay, so I did bring my hand to my face. We'll just say that Sarah did that as well. Can she see if there's blood on her hand?
Not on your hand.
Okay, just in case she's gonna wipe.
You can probably feel some, yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna wipe it and then go to the woman and try to clean. Is there a washing basin or anything?
Sure.
Okay, I'll clean her neck as well. And just hastily stuff like the bloody sheets and whatever she could use away so they're not immediately visible and rush out of the room.
Understood. As you rush out of the room.
Oh no.
You find yourself kind of up on that landing. You close the door behind you, and you can hear the rain just at the windows up here on the landing.
And I still don't have any sense of Etienne, right? I just smell him like distantly in the past.
You've basically smelled him to where he had been. So yes, you're convinced he came up here, and upon leaving this room, he was elsewhere.
And sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions. In my temporary madness, was like now thinking back, do I realize that I have exposed myself?
Ooh, an interesting one. Let's do an intellect roll for that. Let's see if those 2 and 2s are being put together in your mind.
51, which is success.
Yes, you kind of have this realization as you at least to Victor and the captain, you for a second you're like, oh my god, did people see me climbing literally up the walls here? But you don't. No one was screaming, so you don't think anybody noticed that. But you are worried that Victor and Captain Kidd probably saw some teeth and some like insane jumps.
Okay. Can I make my way back to Mirkshire?
To Mirkshire?
Yeah.
You're in Mirkshire.
Or back to the original manor.
Oh, you want to leave the castle. Sure. That's very interesting. Making navigate roll. Let's see if you understand how you would get there.
That's a 12. Wait, what do I have? Where is it? Oh, that's a fail.
Well, you could
By
spend
2 points.
You could spend 2 luck. It's always available to you. I feel like people spend luck so willy-nilly in the Star Wars games and never in this game.
No, that's true. I just well because right now she's vacillating. She wants to find Etienne. She knows he's not there, but when she can't expose herself any further. So where would Etienne look for her?
The logic is if you spend 2 luck points,
okay,
you have 64.
I know, but I'm.
You're not sure you want to do this. I get it. I understand. Sorry. Yes.
This is all. Well, I will spend 2 luck to know where I would like to go if I would like to go there. But she is still vacillating.
Okay,
because I, as a player, can't make the decision.
You determine the quickest route back to like Thatchford, Cumblowgrave, and
yes,
and Bitter End for sure.
Yes. Can I smell to see where Victor is, specifically Victor?
You can do your look roll, but you'll need or your spot hidden rather, but you'll probably need extreme to scent him in this way you're trying to do.
No, 39.
Okay. Yeah, you can't. You don't have a good scent of him. You know where his room is. It's right next to yours. If you want to go, if you're looking for him, you could go down to him, or you could go to his room. He might have returned there.
Okay, I would like to sneak to Victor's room as silently as possible, even if that and like as unnoticed as possible, even if that includes going through the window.
Oh, because it absolute for you, the best thing to do would be to go out the window there and Dracula climb alongside the building and
okay.
And see if Victor would invite you in.
That's right. Okay. I will do that.
All right. So, Sarah crawls out the window, the purple mists roiling in the distance beyond, rain on your hands as your fingertips, so cold despite all the blood you just drank, just adhere gently to the super slick surface, but there's not even a little give. you're just, and as you sort of crawl with your sort of, skirts in kind of a weird alignment as you sort of crawl down towards Victor's window. Francis.
Right, yeah.
Anaphias, sort of, brings you and, she brings you and Etienne to, sort of just basically various rooms and chambers and things. And she says, all right. So, I have determined something about this sort of the nature of these time changes. I think it is connected to dread itself. I think that the power of dread is able to, I'm not quite sure how to describe this. I believe that there are things that are happening, that are affecting both the past, the present, and future, or all the past, present, and future. It's affecting everything. If a change is made in one portion of our cosmic scheme, it can be made everywhere. Where is it you say you're from? What is the region that you're from?
I'm what's it called? I forget the name.
Grand Albion. You're in Mirkshire right now.
I'm from Grand Albion. Come from a place called Mirkshire. I don't know what the land is called.
Mirkshire is a relatively new term. There is a new city called Mirk. It's an old city, but it has only appeared to us now. Do you understand the conundrum? We are finding things that are ancient, but they are new. Ancient things appear already moldering and old.
So because you think because someone conceived of it in the future, then it became a thing in the past?
I think there is potentially something like this. You are currently in a kingdom known as Holdfast.
Holdfast.
Indeed.
Right.
But some people are now claiming that Mirkshire is one of the regions of Holdfast. And for the most part, we're always happy to have more regions. The good King Adelard, who is now dead, and now a new King Adelard sits the throne. My point is, have either of you been exposed to a source of dread? Have either of you been exposed to anything that is, and I understand, Master Angel, you yourself are, and Etienne kind of gives her a gesture of but he kind of looks at you, Brannigan, and just kind of, but I don't know what, but she's saying, I understand, but forgive me, the point is, have you been recently exposed to a source of dread from another plane? Have you parted the veil in some way of late?
The only weird things I can think of are, there was this woman sitting in a room that I was watching her. She was mumbling things and it seemed like she was having a rough go of it. She seemed to freak him out. I'll point to Etienne.
I will admit. Yes, you are insightful, Monsieur Brannigan. Yes, that is precisely, ma'am, what is happening, Madame Anaphias. We did in fact hear words from another plane, another one of what we refer to as the Dreadlands. She says, all right.
What are the Dreadlands?
She gestures to Etienne. He says, there are some who theorize, and I believe based on what has occurred to you and me, Monsieur Francis, that there are different realms of reality, different sort of kingdoms, if you will, that are somewhat separated, but to travel between them is possible. But they are places full of worry and fear, and thus are considered the Dreadlands.
It seems like a very simplistic explanation of something a lot more complicated.
Yeah, that is what I am providing you. The point being, we are in one, but because of perhaps what Madame Anafas is saying, changes in the nether, our proximity to the changes have taken us to another point in time when things altered considerably here. So, do I take it, Madame, that what you're saying is we need to be present for another instance of an incursion from another plane for us to get home? And she says, yes. And not only that, I believe I want to be nowhere near that point. Because I wish to stay precisely where I am. So, I'm going to give you, gentlemen, a bit of oil. She hands you a little vial of oil. A bit of chalk. And this is a bit of ore that is said to come from someplace else. I will give you an incantation. You gentlemen may attempt it. Perhaps this will allow you to make contact with something else, which will then in turn pull you back to when you belong.
Right.
I will... If this does not work, please come and find me in my chambers. She gestures to one of the doors down the hall.
Are we supposed to do anything with these items, or do we just say the thing while we're holding them in our hands?
Etienne says, he kind of gives her a knowing look and says, I am familiar with what we must do for these items, monsieur. I know what we must try.
All right.
So he says, thank you, Madame Anafais. I will contact you again. He takes her hand and kisses it. She kind of says, I'm married to a lady, so whatever. But he says, oh no, it's just a friendly way we do it in heaven. And she says, yes, well, good luck. I doubt you can send a message to me, but if we ever meet again, I'd love to know how things work out for you, gentlemen. And she walks into her chambers. So, a lot of things are going on right now. James, what are you doing?
Well, James is currently on the bed with the spins. And he's really trying to get up, but you know what? It's just too much for his brain. And he closes his eyes and succumbs to the sweet sensation of black spinning, and then passes out.
Understood.
Because I have to go.
Oh, understood. Well, in that case, as James gongs out, we will bid you, as your favorite guy Etienne would say, adieu.
Adieu. Thank you.
Captain Kidd, have you also gone to your own room?
No. I don't see the point in going back to my room.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide, do I hang with Victor or do I go on my own?
Well, Victor, are you like? Well, then we'll sort of say James goes into his room, he passes out. Victor, we're at your room.
Just one moment. I need a moment of privacy.
So Victor just wants to sneak into his room once again, not opening it very much, and closing and locking the door behind him.
Understood.
Then I think Captain Kidd will venture on his own.
Captain Kidd ventures off on his own. Perfect. All right. Okay. Captain Kidd and Victor, please give me luck rolls. And I always have them do opposed luck rolls so I can hopefully get a 13. That's why they happen. Rather than just saying it'll be this, I'm hunting for a little 13.
82.
Oh, wait. So I rolled a 39. My luck is 39.
Very good. Well, then Captain Kidd, we will follow you. Where are you going? What is it you're trying to do?
I want to look for a priest. I feel like there must be one here. I need some holy water.
Understood. All right.
Captain Kidd is a military man. He needs to just be prepared. He's not condemning Sarah. He just wants to be ready in case.
Sure. Captain Kidd, you go downstairs. You know who you actually run into, though, is Mr. Haven.
Oh, that guy.
He's here. You'll say, Captain, how are things going?
Haven.
You're sort of downstairs.
An eventful day.
What is the latest? If you there's so many
this
things
might seem like
going
a weird question, Mr. Haven.
Yes.
Is there a priest on the premises?
I believe there are a couple in our order. What is it you need?
This might seem like a strange question, but given the nature of our occult order, maybe not so much. Do you know how to make holy water?
I cannot consecrate holy water, but we certainly have some.
Would it be too much trouble for me to procure at least a little bit of it?
No, not at all, Captain. Is that you need to exercise some space in the castle?
Could I use my fast talking?
Sure, make a fast talk roll. Absolutely. This is exactly the time for it.
I got a 22. A hard success.
That is a hard success. Well then with that, Haven says, oh, of course, yes. Well, no, you give him a all over the place explanation as you probably like move him by the arm, sort of somewhere, and in fact, he does take you to it takes you to like an office of his. It's upstairs, and you have no memory of this, but Dr. Faust would be like, here's where I got real lost. But in any case, yeah, he guides you through. And he gives you a bottle of holy water.
Thank you, good man. Keep an eye out, Haven, for, if you can. You see my companion, Sarah Renee. Would you please let me know?
Of course. Is Mrs. Renee missing?
I haven't seen her in at least a bit. I just want to make sure she's all right.
Good. I'll inform you if she's found. Good luck with whatever it is you're doing, Captain Kidd. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we can trust you.
Of course, Haven. Yeah. You're a good man. A good man.
Yeah. And he kind of just so Captain Kidd, you go off. You have a stake in one hand. He probably tried to ask about that, but you fast talked him away from that. So you got a stake in one hand and just a bottle of holy water in the other. Beautiful. Victor, you're in your room. What are you doing?
Victor pulls out the device that strange man gave him and examines it to see how to use it and intends to contact Benedict with it.
Excellent. Victor, please roll. I mean, you know what? This is not really an occult thing, but let's let you make an occult roll on it, just as you kind of look it over and try to figure what these symbols might possibly mean.
What's 000?
000?
All zeros. Is that 100?
It is a 100. That's a fumble, is what that is. It's the best thing you can roll.
A fumble.
So, with a 100,
Oh, fuck.
You think you know exactly how to use it. You're confident that you know how to use it. You ready to click it on?
Absolutely.
Roll a d13. Out of the jail.
9.
Ring, 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 ring. And you hear a voice. Kind of just you hear a clicking sound, and suddenly a voice comes over it and says, "What? What the hell you want, huh? What is this? Hey, is this about my who's its or my what's its? Well, don't just talk. Say something.
I'm trying to reach
Hello?
Benedict.
Who's there? What? Hello? Who's
Hello.
there? And Victor, the strangest thing happens. Out of the speakers, you see a pair of lips emerge. And they look drawn and painted, but they're moving in a sort of strange kind of animation. And they're like, "Hello? Is this thing on? Hello?"
Hello.
Victor, as you see
Hello.
that, I need you to make a sanity roll.
That's a 3.
It's very
that's a-
good. You manage to, you're ready for whatever goes. I think you very quickly can understand that this is not Benedict. But you're in your right mind, but you know this isn't Benedict, but you are talking to someone from beyond the veil right now.
Please identify yourself.
What? The lips sort of disappear. Identify myself? Blank you! That's my name! Who are you?
Victor Moncrief Mortuary.
Mortuaries? Wait a minute. Hey! Listen, if any tombstones came to you from the factory, they're guaranteed to be really spooky and scary. So, if you got problems with the tombstones, I don't want to hear it.
There are no issues with tombstones. However,
I get it. You're trying to drive a hard bargain, aren't you? All right, then. Oh, okay. Well, listen to me. I am here on a mission of mercy. The fact that I answered this phone is a true kindness. So you can't bull blank me, you bull blanking bullface.
There is no bull blanking here. I'm just trying to find my brother Benedict. I was given this
You're
traction.
trying to find your brother, huh? Cool, great. Listen, buddy. I don't care about your brother. I don't care about you. I care about my quarterly reports. So what do we have to do to get me into the black? How many headstones can I put you down for right now, you blanker?
13, please.
Ooh, lucky number. All right. Well, standard payment?
Yes, standard payment indeed.
Sounds good. As you say that, Victor, you feel this cold spread out from the device. Sarah Quill, you're climbing along the side of
Yes.
the window.
Right.
Make a look roll.
Okay. That is a 46. Where is it?
That's a
Wait,
success
look.
for you. Yeah.
Spot? Oh, spot hidden.
I'm
Yes.
so sorry, guys. I woe to them for calling it spot hidden and not look in this game. Sarah Quill, as you reach down, that's certainly low enough for you to glance into the room, and you see Victor is sort of looking down at something.
Does he look strange?
He looks focused.
And at the window, there is no way I would just like be able to climb on as a normal human, right? Like to be on there, something weird would have to happen.
Yes, there's no way. I mean, any way of you being at his window stories up will be weird. But you're asking, is there a way for you to just look normal in the window?
Yeah.
Make a luck roll. Let's see if there's ample Eve space.
Nope. No, 67.
Yeah.
Your luck is 62. Okay.
Yeah, you suspend too. So yes, you have to look terrifying.
He already knows. Well, actually, so I will try to perch as non-threateningly as possible and gently knock.
Victor, you feel this tremendous cold pass over you from this device, and then you look over at the window, and you see Sarah Quill, like, kind of like trying to make a sweet face, but like her hair is like, mottled in the rain, and her features are sort of sharp, and she's at like a canted angle as if she's clinging to the wall somehow. It's a lot.
Victor approaches the window, still holding the
And
device.
as you sort of approach the window holding this device in terror, Francis and Etienne are setting up a ritual.
Darn right we are.
Etienne kind of shows through it and says, "All right, would you like to be the one to make the invocation, my friend?"
Does it matter? Is there any effect on who makes the invocation or who does it?
Not that
You know it.
I will do it if you're more comfortable with me attempting it. But there is a part of me that thinks, because I wonder if it is better for us both to participate. I have set up some of these items, so perhaps. But I will read it if you prefer.
I mean, if we do it together, does that make it more effective?
Sure, we can do it together. And so you guys both sort of take whatever was written out, and you begin incanting, saying these words. Now, there's an interesting thing going on here, Mr. Francis Brannigan.
Mm-hmm.
The question is how many steps there will be between it. Roll a d13. Please roll a 13. Oh my god, roll a 13.
That's a 2. I'm so sorry.
Oh. A 2, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So. Oh my god, a 2? Wait, a 2?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Okay. Francis. You and Etienne sort of say this incantation and sort of call out. And you see in the middle of the little circle that you summoned, faint wisps of purple mist beginning to form.
Right.
And suddenly, amidst them, you see sort of a shape, but you don't see anyone, but you hear a voice, kind of sort of dark and low, saying, "Who is it who summons me? Who is it who wishes to speak to me?" You and Etienne look at each other, and Etienne says, "Dark Lord, my name is Etienne René. I am a renegade angel. I am originally of a plane called Paradise. Now I am of a plane called Mirkshire. With Whom do we have the honor of speaking? Which dreadland do you control? The voice replies, I am Johannes Gerstenkorn of die Leckergärten. Then you are a Dark Lord. We are most honored to communicate with you. As you should be. I brew the finest beer in all of existence. Wait. And as you sort of see in this sort of purple, dark purple mist, Francis, this face appears for a second, kind of like a face made partially out of wheat and partially out of flesh, these sharp fangs, sort of saying, I sense something familiar upon you, renegade angel. And he says, that would be my wife. I believe that she is a vampire of some similarity to your variety. Francis, what are you just doing as this conversation?
This is real. I'm really out of my element. I'm just trying to keep calm and try and not rock the boat, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a speak when spoken to kind of thing.
And the voice is sort of saying, something is amiss. She seems near and yet far away. I wish to give her power. I wish to give her strength. I am sick of what they are doing to our kind throughout the plains. I think says, I do not know what is being done to your plains, but I certainly wish to protect my wife if you can assist. He says, you must return to her. I feel she is in danger. I will help her to whatever extent I can. And you will owe me for it. Who is this other? Etienne says, this is a man named Francis Brannigan. He and I were both trapped in the past. Speak, mortal.
I'm taking a cue from Etienne, Dark Lord. My name, as he said, my name is Francis Brannigan. I'm just I also know his wife. I met her, lovely lady. We're trapped, like he said, we're trapped in the past here, and we'd love to your assistance in getting back.
He warrants my assistance, but you are nothing more than hops to be put into the oasts. Give me one reason why I should not demand your life in exchange for my assistance. What beer have you ever drunk? What do you know of Bruce?
I mean, if clearly you who makes the finest beer in the land in all the Dreadlands, I know nothing of fine brews. What I've had is meager water compared to whatever you make.
Your obsequiousness pleases me. Very well. I will allow you to assist this renegade angel. For now.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You will save your wife, Engel, and you will bring her to me. Adin says, of course, Dark Lord. I'm sure that she will be most excited to meet you. Whatever power you can spare.
Yeah.
Francis. Etienne kind of gives you a look and says, you have learned things today, Monsieur Brannigan. These are things you will not repeat to anyone, do you understand?
Of course not.
And for a moment, you sort of see him glowing, and you see these two massive wings behind his back. And he says, "When I am displeased, I can be extremely unforgiving."
I don't doubt it.
I really thought you were going to talk about Guinness.
Okay, this is a character choice because me, Dan, I hate Guinness. I'm not afraid to say it.
I get it. I figured the Irishman would be like, "Oh, no, hold on, you fucking German. We got beer where we're from, too." Sarah.
Yes.
You tap the window for Mr. Moncrief. Victor, you go to the window, carrying this device. There's a guy talking about, like, "I need your shipping information, buddy," and also then you're just ignoring it. And Sarah, as you look in, you suddenly are hit with a wave of absolute pain.
Okay.
Your craving for blood increases. But it's not just the blood, it's your craving. It's pain, it's everything, it's transformative. Sarah, I need you to make a constitution roll.
Okay.
You're actually pretty darn high for that.
So it's a 76, which is just a success, but...
Damn, it's not a 74, because that's tonight's session, and I would have counted that as a 13. But
No.
you managed to sort of hold on. You're holding on to the wall as your throat begins to fill. You feel your chest and throat filling with piercing, spreading matter. Victor, you watch as through the window you see Sarah beginning to convulse, like clinging to the wall, and then you see out of her hair little vines and flowers begin to bloom throughout her hair. Like her hair is half turning plant-like, turning to a green shade of flowers and little blooms. Her eyebrows are turning to light wheat. And as she opens her mouth, thick foliate begins to disgorge from it. These thick leaves. She seems to be choking.
My dear, what?
Can I let go of the wall?
You can.
When I see Victor approaching?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let go of the wall and just fall back.
Well, you don't fall. You stay on your feet. You know, like your feet are.
Oh no!
You
Well,
can jump
I
away
want
if
to
you
like.
want. You can jump off if you want to.
I want to get away from Victor.
Okay, understood. So you will leap down to the ground. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, Sarah. You will leap down to the ground. Okay. Wheat stalks her throat. Oh, Sarah, that's gonna hurt you though. So you.
I don't want to. I don't want to kill him.
I understand. You land. You're in so much. Basically, we'll say that you land on the ground. I'm not even gonna let you roll anything. You are knocked out on the ground. You're on the ground, like writhing as like you're choking. Remember the fountain?
Yes.
It's like disgorging foliage. There's even coming out of your ears. Your eyes are beginning to you're feeling it like growing out of your eyes as the plants are sort of coming through out of your fingernails. It's this intense greening that is happening to you. And you fall to the ground.
Okay.
And I will say that you are just in agony. No actions available to you. Francis Brannigan.
Right.
You and Etienne are sort of standing there in this room. He says, "So, I wonder if we are, I wonder if this has done anything."
I mean, are we supposed to leave the room and see if anything's changed?
I think that is an excellent idea. He goes to
All right.
the door and says, "After you," and opens the door.
I'll look out and if it seems all right, step out.
You step out and you see that there are gas lamps on the wall.
Oh, that
He follows you out.
it looks like the castle that I was hired to be at.
Perfect. Perfect. Etienne says, well, let us, I must go find my wife at once. And you will assist me, Monsieur Brannigan.
Yeah, I was about to say, would you like assistance? But I guess that's yeah.
Yes.
All right, lead the way. I don't know where she might be.
We both have a debt to pay, mon ami. So, I feel like oftentimes I end on kind of cliffhangers. Also, it is. I said this was going to be a short game, and I am tired. But oh my god, I want to do something else. What do we think? Should I go on or should I end it here?
We can do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do wheat. Okay.
Captain Kidd, you've been looking for the vampire woman.
Yes.
You haven't seen her inside. But as you step outside to kind of just scan around, seeing the mist in the distance, the rolling hills beyond, you see a form drop from the windows and land about 60, 70 feet away, lying prone on the ground. Make a spot hidden roll.
$33. Hard success.
Hard success. You can tell that it is her. She looks like she's in some distress. And it seemed like she was climbing on it's like she seemed to have jumped off and she's just landed. So whatever your suspicions about her are now even more confirmed. But she seems to be laying there kind of like writhing on the ground.
I didn't see exactly like where in the building she fell from. I just see her fall.
Make a navigate roll.
Okay. Oh, I'm good now.
Oh, you're not bad at that. Wow.
I got a 41.
You can tell that she's probably jumping down. You know, as you look up, you're like, that was Victor's window.
This not looking good for Sarah.
At the same time, Captain Kidd, you know that you were given a warning. You know that you were given a. He said attack this vampire, but also she's probably very dangerous.
I will at least I will approach.
Understood.
Where Sarah fell.
With stake in one hand and
holy water in the other.
Holy water in the other. Captain Kidd makes his way to Sarah Renee, and what you see is the young woman on the ground. Her hair is full of leaves that seem to be growing along with the hair. It at this point it looks probably like terrifying and scary, but it could actually look very pretty. Her eyebrows have been replaced with like wheat, like golden wheat stalks, and her mouth, she's still like she's seems to be like trying to cough out like a long vine of creeping plant that is all around her. She seems something strange is going on with her for sure, but you can see her two sharp fangs in her mouth.
Ugh. So she's just looking like an absolute monstrosity, like a beautiful monstrosity, but she's looking very monstrous right
She
now.
doesn't look very human right now, no. Yes, for sure.
Is it possible I guess it's impossible to even communicate with her.
You can speak to her.
I will attempt to call out to Sarah to at least. I haven't known her for long, but she seemed like a cool person before. I don't want to just condemn her to vampire slaying.
Sure. Sarah,
I'm gonna try to parlay with her a bit.
You though it's like through you've pulled a couple little pieces of grass out of the sort of sides of your eyes, and you're coughing, but you can hear a voice, a familiar voice, Captain Kidd, saying your name next to you.
Do I still have thirst?
Yes.
I will start crawling away.
She begins to crawl away from you, Captain Kidd.
Can I make a? Ooh, I'm not good at this, but Can I make a psychology roll?
Make a psychology roll.
Oh my god, it's not what you guys think. I got a 19. So just a normal success. I wish it was a 13, but
with a normal success, she doesn't seem to be being aggressive, but you're not really sure what it is she's doing.
This character that I am going to very timidly continue to approach her, but I'm gonna kind of like lower my stake and my weapons just a bit.
Okay, understood.
To try to show that like
being
no harm.
Being unthreatening. Understood. Okay.
I'm in like a defensive stance, but I'm not gonna just attack you.
Understood.
Can I cover my mouth and shake my head?
Yeah, I'll say actually, Sarah, make another Constitution roll.
Okay. That is a 56.
You manage to with a you grab hold and you pull up one last clump of leaves.
Oh, can I talk now?
You can speak, yes.
Then I'll say, stay away from me. I don't want to hurt you.
Where have you fallen from? It looked like Victor's room. Is he okay?
Yes. I would never hurt a friend. But you must stay away from me. I have thirst and I can't do this to you.
Sarah.
How much blood do you need to get back to normal?
I don't know, and I don't understand what's happening to me. This has never happened before. I don't know what's happening. You have to get away from me. I know you know what I am, but I don't know what I'm becoming.
Okay. Captain Kidd. I have my stake is sharp. Can I rip a piece of fabric off my clothing? Can I cut myself, drench it in blood, and throw it at her?
Okay. Some
That's
things are gonna
dangerous.
happen. So, Captain Kidd, you take your stake and you cut your hand. And Sarah, you would swear in this moment that the sound of his hand opening sounds like this. And something about his blood, it is so appealing. Make a power roll.
Got that Sprite blood.
I was trying to save you.
You'll need
It's a 4.
a 4.
So, yes.
You manage to restrain yourself.
Okay. You need to get away from me. You've made a mistake.
Let me compose myself.
Do I? However, when I took that breath of blood, did I sense Etienne? Did I smell Etienne?
No, all you're
By any
smelling
chance?
right now.
Damn it.
There's nothing
Damn.
for you but the brew. Just rock and roll and brew. That's all there is for you. Captain Kidd, you've cut your hand.
So I'm still alive. I'm good.
She's restraining herself. What are you going to do?
I mean, I'm still alive. I'm good. I'm going to continue my plan and get the heck out of here.
Okay, so you've cut your hand, and you're soaking that in blood, and you're throwing that to her?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just say,
so
hey.
he soaks a
Seems like
rag in some blood and throws that to you. And Sarah,
I'm gonna. Can I scurry away from it?
You move away from it. That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
You take what you need. You know what? You seem pretty dangerous. I don't need you being this crazy around me and Victor. We're gonna figure what's going on in this castle. I need you in your right mind.
There is more than you even can comprehend.
Well,
Your
you can
human
tell me
mind
all
can't
about
know
that.
what's going
You're
on.
normal again.
I don't even know what's going on.
Well, that's why I need you to get your head in the game.
Then don't put your blood in front of me.
How far
because
ab-
I can take this for so long.
How far away from her are you, kid?
I don't know. Maybe like 3-person lengths away.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm not like right on top or anything.
Like 15 feet?
Yeah, I'm like a good bit away. I can throw.
Sure.
I can throw.
Okay. So, Sarah,
Yes.
he's telling you to get your right mind. You're just moving away from him? You've rolled good enough power to get away from the man.
Can I charm him?
Yes.
Like this?
Make a charm roll.
I do.
Okay. Captain Kidd, make a power roll, but that's not gonna. What is your charm score?
Mine?
102.
Oh shoot, Sarah, you also do have to spend some magic points for that.
Oh, how many?
It's down on your sheet. Make a power roll, Captain.
Okay. Let's see.
It's not gonna go great.
Okay.
Wait, to charm?
I got a 40.
A 40. Okay, cool. Yes, Sarah, it's I think it's down there to not add
Wait.
I never did. I'm so sorry. Yes. Spend 2 of your magic points.
Okay. Do I ever get them back?
You get them back 1 every hour. So just keep it at 7 because you've spent the 2, and yeah, you're great. So Captain
you.
Kidd.
Oh, wait.
Mhm.
I think I read it wrong.
Okay.
I got a 10 on the 100. I think I got a 14.
14. Great.
I read it backwards.
Yeah, you got to get a vital. She rolled a vital. So Captain Kidd, you try to resist, but suddenly you are putty in Sarah Quill Renee's hands. What are you saying to him, Sarah?
Stay away from me.
And Captain Kidd,
No definition.
there is
just-
nothing in the world you want to do more than stay away from Sarah Quill.
Hey, there it is.
Make a luck roll for me. If something bad could happen just for stuff. Make a luck
Me?
roll, Captain Kidd. Yeah.
34.
What is your luck?
I have a 39 luck. 39.
Okay. You simply, I think you would just turn and run away.
Okay.
You just run.
Now, as I leave, like, at what point do I get like my senses back?
You'll get them back in about a minute or 2.
Okay.
So you'll run for a minute or so.
Can I just make like, but I guess like, can I say like in my mind, like down the road, like the minute later, like if she comes back later and she's still a monster, that I'm gonna say I'm gonna like stake her in my mind, like okay.
That's entirely you can make any sort of
Okay.
decision like that.
I just want to say that's like the conclusion I came to. Like, hey, I gave her the one shot.
You ran. You run. I think you probably run away from the castle even. You're just kind of like running over the hills or whatever. But a minute later, you sort of pause and you see the castle behind you. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 will do. You know what? Actually, Sarah, Captain Kidd, and Victor, give me luck rolls. I may do a roll off between this because I rolled something and didn't want to. It's fine.
What are you trying to do to us?
I'm honestly trying to. Sarah,
20.
20. Victor.
99.
99.
16.
16.
16.
Okay.
I know I was so close. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I feel a little. So you've rolled the lowest here, and when I rolled a d6, it was you as well. So, because somebody's going to a different time. So, Captain Kidd, you run away, and as you get to you run about a minute away, and you turn back, and you see the castle, the rain pouring down around it. Make a spot hidden roll.
$26. A hard success.
You can tell that the castle is not as it was. The castle has changed.
We've seen this time I'm the one who went back in time. All right. Thanks, Sarah.
I told you to go away.
So what are you going to do, Captain?
I guess through Victor, I guess I have like a good idea of like the whole going back in time scenario, right? Like,
You understand that such things can happen, and you can tell the castle looks older, older and more whatever.
I guess I would like to. Should I even try to sneak? I guess I want to explore and try to figure out how to get back to my time.
Okay.
Like maybe.
Do you want to go back to the castle, I guess is my question.
Yes.
Okay, so as you begin walking back to the castle, that is where we will end tonight's session.
Beautiful.
What is happening?
I gotta say, I feel bad because Dan multiple times just does sessions just sequestered. He's just over there.
He's just like.
Fine.
Oh my gosh. But very fun stuff. Well, that was interesting. Sarah has undergone a bit of a transformation. Do you know why?
Am I still pretty though?
I mean, if I that is up to your interpretation. If based on some of the changes I've described, you think you're still pretty, then sure. I do want to point out that only happened because Dan rolled a 2.
Well,
He rolled the
thanks,
plant
Dan.
vampire, so that was great.
You charmed Captain Kidd, but it was kind of through magic, but
That's
you
true.
know.
Yeah. Well, everybody, that was very exciting.
Whew.
Oof, a lot of stuff happened there. Yeah, I am glad the captain made it out of that scrape, but he's gonna be in another interesting scrape here. All right, so everybody, and Victor. Hey, what did Victor just order? What's that for? That'll be interesting.
No clue. That was pretty good though. I like the bleeping out of the cuss words.
Yeah, that's yeah, indeed. I am so excited for Sarah to drink somebody's blood now. You guys don't even know.
Oh boy.
There's a thing will happen. I really thought it was about to happen to Captain Kidd. It was gonna be chef's kiss, but it'll happen to some other schmuck. So with that, I want to say thanks to all the players and Andrew who had to peace out. I want to say thank you to everybody watching. If you like what we do, please follow or subscribe to our Twitch channel here. Go to our About page to see all the awesome stuff that our players get up to. And go to our Discord, where we post recaps and all sorts of other things on there. It's a cool happening spot. We both did it. See, that's funny.
Yeah.
Join us
Great minds.
Join us on Sunday for a more wretched hive, we think. Join us on Monday for Civilized Age. And join us on Tuesday for Grey in the Dark, which is back after a long hiatus. And we spent a really long time just doing a recap of the entire campaign up to that point because none of us remembered anything. So that was great. So yeah, they're down in the Fairylands. Gonna go out to a grove, talk to a hag. Last name of Crypt Willow. I thought that was pretty fun. Angry Daisy Crypt Willow. That's the hag they're going to talk to. So yeah, and yes, on Monday we'll see Mom and Dad fight some more. find their kids, and yeah, that'll be great. And then come back a week from now. We'll be more Mirkshire fun. That's all I got. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Until
we do have.
Oh, we do have. I'm so sorry.
I have a shout out to Murder Hobos and Chocobros rating this evening.
Rating all the time. We love it.
Again, super solid Raiders of the Lost.
Lore.
Raid of the Lost lore. I love that. And then apostrophe this, 11 months. Resubscribe for 11 months. Almost
our
year.
anniversary.
We are so. That is so awesome. That is so awesome to have you.
Oh,
for so
I have to resubscribe.
Hey, that's okay. Listen.
Yeah, who was it? Was it?
I did it.
That didn't subscribe. Was it Andrew that hadn't subscribed?
I think so.
Like for like a year.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much. This was awesome. We will see you soon. Until next time. Have a dreadful night.
Ooh.